Hi, I'm PanduhJess. Quarantine kind of sucks, but please send all the foods. Hey guys, it's PanduhJess and welcome back to my channel. I'm actually really excited for today's video because it was a requested video by a subscriber. Yeah, we're going places, you guys. A requested video. Whee! They actually asked if I could do a video on my favorite anime of 2019. Now, I know that it's 2020, but like other otakus and weebs, I always go back to, the last season, the last year, and check out some anime that I might have missed. And hopefully this list will do the same for you guys, if you guys have not watched these anime yet. So yeah, I picked my 5 top favorite anime from 2019. That's not Demonslayer, that's not My Hero, that's not Fruits Basket, because I know you guys, I talk about those anime a lot. I'm just really passionate, I really love those anime, but I thought that we'd kind of go past that since it's so popular and it's, crowd favorites, and kind of go into like ones that aren't super known. Without further ado, let's just get into the video. Ba-doop. So the first one on my list is called Senryu Girl. Senryu Girl. It's a little hard to pronounce if you don't go slowly. It's about this girl who solely communicates through haikus on paper. She has trouble verbally communicating. And the other character in this anime is an ex-delinquent who kind of falls for the Senryu Girl, and he tries really hard to learn haikus and like writing them, so it's kind of just like really funny, their interactions and how they try to communicate with each other. So yeah, the series kind of just goes through their day-to-day life, trying to communicate with each other through haikus, and it's totally that kind of like cliche where the bad boy falls in love with the good girl and he wants to change and that kind of plot, but I'm all for it. I was a total sucker for it, and it's just like really wholesome and very cute. And sometimes you just need that, you guys. He kind of just like tries his hardest to make her as comfortable communicating with haikus and not make her feel bad that she has a hard time communicating verbally. So I think it's just super sweet. English actually used to be one of my favorite subjects in school. I remember that there was one semester where it was solely just learning about poems and like structures of different kinds of poems and like writing styles, and I was so for it, you guys. We had this whole project where we made like our own book, and like it was just filled with like our own poems we had to make and like following different structures of poems. I don't know, I thought it was really fun because like we could draw it and like kind of make these poems come to life in a way, if that makes sense. Anyways, mine went 2 ways. One was either really, oh my gosh, you guys, like love poems. I'm cringing just thinking about it right now, but come on, I was in high school, I was a teenager, like I feel like that's just something a teenager has to get through. So love poems and like really dumb poems. Like I just wanted to make them funny. Those were the two that I always went by. Not proud of it, but that's what happened. Anyways, maybe we should try to make a haiku right now. I remember that it was always like 5, 7, 5. So let's see. Let's think, you guys. Okay, I think I'm ready. Hi, I'm PanduhJess. Quarantine kind of sucks, but please send all the foods. It was really bad. I told you it wasn't gonna be a love poem, but it's a dumb poem. Alright. Actually pretty good, not like just thinking that all you had to do is 575, so you guys should put down your 575 haikus down below. I think, no, I know that I would love to read them. I don't care if they're dumb. I don't care if they're about anime. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, leave some down below, please. I want to read your haikus. Okay, Anime number 2. It is called Kaguya Sama, Love is War. I feel like a lot of people have heard of it, if you haven't watched it already. It's, how do I explain it? If you want an anime that cracks you up as equally as it does frustrate you, this is the one, you guys. Kaguya Sama is about 2 high schoolers, a boy and a girl. They are the president and vice president who are sort of seen as the power couple, but they are not dating. They are not dating because it's not that they don't like each other, it's that they like each other so much that if one confesses their love for the other, they feel like they have lost because they are so competitive with each other. I know, it's ridiculous, but it's just so funny. Like, the situations they get themselves in, and like the smallest thing that sets their like competitive side on, I feel like what makes it so funny is that it's like a little bit relatable, where when you're in that situation where you like someone, you want to confess to them, but you don't always want to be, you never want to be the one who makes the move, essentially. And I feel like this kind of just takes that situation to like times 10 the level, you know? I feel like guys and girls would never admit it, but the reason why they don't want to make the first move, why they don't want to be the one to like say, oh, I like you first, is because they have that kind of like sense where they lose that sense of control. And I don't know, I've never really been the one to think that way. Just like, if I like someone, I'm gonna tell them, and I'm kind of gonna be upfront about it. I don't know, that's just me. So yeah, I was the one who kind of just, I went for it, so to speak. We've definitely learned from those experiences. I don't know if anyone can relate to it. Yeah. Okay, so the next anime is called We Never Learn. This one is about a senior high schooler who is kind of worried about going to college because of the tuition. So to obtain a scholarship, he has the duty of tutoring 3 girls to get into the universities of their choices. So, of course, there is a twist. It is an anime, it always has to have a twist. The twist is that these 3 girls are very gifted in certain subjects, but they want to basically go into a different field than the subject that they are gifted in. I don't know if that makes sense. So, one girl, she is a prodigy in the arts and literature subjects, but she wants to get a degree in astronomy, and that of course calls for like mathematics and science. Another girl, she is a mathematician prodigy, and she kind of struggles with kind of reading people's emotions, and that's why she wants to go into the field of psychology. So you can only imagine how tough it is for her, because everything's like super logical and it's just like very black and white, and she wants to kind of just know like how the mind works that way, I guess. And then the last girl, we don't meet her till like a little later, but she is an athlete. She's like a very gifted athlete, but she kind of sucks at her academics. She wants to be a pro athlete, but she also wants to be a more well-rounded student so she can get a scholarship for university through sports. I feel like the reason why this anime intrigued me so much is because you kind of just feel for the characters, and you're just wanting to root for them, and they're putting themselves in a situation where they're struggling, which is not something that they're used to. And I don't know, it just makes them, you kind of just like them more, because they're all very gifted at certain things, but they want to do better for themselves, and it would just be like a cop-out or like the easy way out just to like go into the fields that they are gifted in. But I don't know, I just really like the sense that they all want to like better themselves, go by their passions. more than like what they're just good at. But yeah, I just feel like I know that there's a lot of people out there who maybe sometimes feel like they're obligated, or it's just a necessity to follow a path that is kind of laid out for them, and it takes a lot of like courage to say that I don't want to go that way just because it's gonna be easy. I mean, if you're passionate about it, if it makes you happy, then that's even better. Like, cool. But yeah, sometimes you just have to ask yourself, like, what's genuinely gonna make you happy, even though it's gonna be like a lot more hard work and it might just take a little longer to succeed at something. It might just be more worthwhile. But that's just me, guys. Whoa, that got really deep real quick. Didn't mean for that to happen. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the next one is called Quintessential Quintuplets. It's about this high schooler who is very gifted in the academic, but he is hired to tutor these 5 sisters who are quintuplets, but they just hate studying and they don't get good grades. I feel like that's the most basic explanation that I can put for this anime. So one of the reasons why I didn't really want to watch this anime at first was because it's a harem. I don't know, I just feel like it's been like overdone so many times, but I watched the first episode and I actually really liked it. I liked how all the girls are very different. They have very different personalities, and it's kind of just funny seeing how they act with this main character. I feel like since there's 5 girls, or like the 5 characters, there's at least one that you're kind of gonna relate to, and I kind of felt that you can relate a little bit to each and every one of them. So yeah, that's kind of why I still stuck with it. Anyways, so the series is just basically the main character trying to tutor all 5 girls into getting better grades. So you kind of like see him develop these relationships with each one of the girls. I know it's weird when it's just one character, kind of like everyone's falling for that one, and I don't know. In the beginning, you find out that he marries one of the girls, so I feel like to be invested in like, oh, what is the outcome going to be, you kind of find all these clues of like, oh, maybe he's gonna marry her, or oh, he's gonna marry this sister kind of thing. And that's like one of the things that kind of gets you invested in trying to finish the series, which was very smart. They didn't have to do that, but they played it very smoothly, I have to say, and that's why I actually really liked it. But yeah, each sister has interests and they have like different habits and personalities, so it's kind of cool to see how he kind of takes that into consideration when he's teaching them how to study. I feel like that's really important, and I feel like since they are quintuplets, like no one ever like being generalized and put in the same boat as everyone, so the fact that they're all different and he knows that is something very refreshing. Okay guys, so the very last one, I feel like it was a big anime. I know I talked about it a lot, but I felt like it was overshadowed by Demonslayer and My Hero, of course, like the big action anime. So the last one is called Promised Neverland. I feel like I've touched on this anime maybe like once or twice, but this is top of the top, you guys. Top of the 5 recommendations of my favorite 2019 anime. Okay, so Promised Neverland, if you guys have not heard of it, if you have not read it, if you have not watched it, it is about these orphans who basically find out that they are being raised as livestock to be sold and eaten by demons. It's not a spoiler because you read it in the summary and just like everywhere, and you find out like in the first episode, so I feel like it's not a spoiler at all. I don't know, it's a very dark and twisted anime. I really like dark and twisted. I watch a lot of like very like happy magical girl ones, but you guys know this, like I like the other side. I like the dark and like horror and creepy kind of stuff. This is why I liked Parasite, and I don't know, I'm blanking right now, but there's like a whole other list right here of a lot of dark darker anime. There are main characters, but I like the fact that everyone kind of plays a part, so you'll like see side characters and you might not think that they're important, but they're kind of like lingering in the background where the main characters are, and it kind of like takes you out for a moment and like you're thinking about that character and you're like, why are they there, you know? And you kind of just like go back into it and you're invested. And then afterwards, those side characters come back and you're like, oh, they're important. Like, they're playing a part in this whole series. So I just really like the fact that I feel like the writers and like whoever was animating it really thought about that. And that's just smart writing at that point, you guys. I feel like I don't have too much to say about this anime. Just that I would really love if you guys watched it, if you haven't yet. Unless you're like not really into like the scary and like really horror and dark and twisted, because it is about kids who are getting eaten by demons. But if you are very into that, or if you're willing to check it out, watch the first episode, and I feel like it'll just pull you in, and you're just gonna want to like, you're gonna be like, what? And every episode after that is kind of just a really, really good cliffhanger, and it just makes you so mad. But it wouldn't make you mad because the whole series, like the first series is done. So you guys are lucky. I had to wait weekly for this whole thing. But yeah, Promise Neverland if you guys want to check it out. Okay, you guys, this is pretty much the end of the video. Those are my top 5. We've got Senryu Girl, we've got Kaguya Sama, Love is War, We Never Learn, and Quintessential Quintuplets, and last but not least, Promise Neverland. I hope you guys really enjoyed this top 5 anime from 2019 that I picked out. Hopefully you guys watch some of them. If you haven't, check them out. It's all on Crunchyroll. And yeah, if you guys have any other videos that you'd want to see from me, let me know down in the comments below and I'll check them out. Please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so you know when I post another video. It's every Friday, you guys. So yeah, I'm PanduhJess. See you guys later. Bye!